another episode of Factz Ova Feelinz, the podcast. I am your host, none other than SPI, the most easty, the bangadocious one Bay Machiavelli, aka VJ Keyway. And I am honored to introduce to you today's guest, none other than the 818's finest, my nigga Hitman. Pleasure for you being here, man.
All the time.
I would love to give a little background on how this connection was made. I appreciate the organic essence of the experience. I was in the black box doing what I do as VJ Keyway on a custom, on a normal basis. And there's a part of my show where I go to the phone lines. And typically when we go to the phone lines, we titled it Real Near Radio. And it's basically a chance for the public to tap in with their voice and give their perspective on the subjects that I discussed in the earlier part of the program. And there's no face to the callers. They're just calling on the phone line. And we have a very wide range of different reactions, perspectives from the callers. And every now and then I get a caller that resonates with the message so well that it causes me to just shut up when they get on the phone and allow them to completely have the floor. And I humbly receive their message. And today I'm honored to have a guest on the platform that is our experience. Just me keeping it to Google, expressing myself on touchy subjects to the public, not knowing who agrees, cares, who argues. Somebody that is found firm in principles and character taps in and just gives me confirmation that I'm on the right page. And I'm honored to have my partner from the 818 Hitman here at the Factz Ova Feelinz platform podcast. I want him to know that here, the ratio of talk time is guest to host. So it's on you. I appreciate your perspective, your energy, your willingness to be here, not only to collab with me, but to show support of the movement that I've already pushed in the public. So we got a few things we want to talk about today. I first want to allow you to give a little extension to your introduction, anything you want to know, the people to know about you in general. And then I want to get your perspective on being a stumped down stand-up nigga from the Valley in Southern California versus the general South Central Compton area, and your experience or struggle with that, if any, being in prison and being able to maintain that status of a solid top-tier man, even though you come from a region that may have a reputation of not being exactly like Compton and South Central. But at that, I want to hand you the floor.
All right, man. First off, my birth certificate say Pacoima only.
Shout out to the Pacoimas.
See what I'm saying? That's where I was born at Lutheran. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of you cats don't know where that's at. Lutheran's been torn down, but that's where I was born at. You know what I'm saying? I come up out the Valley with a whole bunch of Valley cats, man, but I'm prison raised. I'm YA raised. County jail raised. That's why I did the better half of my first damn near 30 years at. You know what I'm saying? I caught my first case in the Valley in 1983 when I was 10 years old, and been in the system all the way up to 2012 when I discharged that last number, and I've been out ever since.
Wait, hold up. I am not an expert mathematician, but let me do a little calculation. You said 83?
83.
To 12?
All the way to 12.
17. All right.
That's when I discharged that number.
Proceed.
And so, living there, you know, I moved around a lot. I was that so-called bad kid that they had to send me to all the different family members because they thought it was the environment instead of it being me. But it was all me. It was all me, you know what I'm saying? I can't put it on nobody but me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times our parents got that confused. Well, if we send them to live with Aunt Whoop-de-Whoop and Granny Whoop-de-Whoop, they gonna get it together. He gonna be in a different environment. But guess what? It had nothing to do with the environment.
I know it's you, me. Look, I swear I gotta say something, cause my mama, I'm her only son. She tried her hardest to save me. You know, the tattoo you see in prison a lot, mama tried. That's my life. I can tell you, it got to a point in my life where she tell me she used to think that everybody was a bad influence on me until she realized I was the bad influence. Go ahead. I can relate to that.
Till I finally, man, I got sentenced by Judge Dorn, man, the California Youth Authority out of Inglewood. And my mama said she was so happy because she knew I was gonna be at night. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I ran them streets.
Mine too. Go ahead.
She was happy to see me go, man.
That's deep.
And I'm going to keep it 100. It was that jail experience that really shaped my life and made me what I am today. Man, I'm a business owner 2 times over.
Salute.
I'm a community activist.
Salute.
I'm out there in them streets because of them experiences that I went through as a child, man.
Well, and you say your experience being incarcerated for the majority of your youth into your early manhood shaped you. Or what do you mean? Like, cause some people would act like you're saying that it was a good thing.
Well, you know what?
Being that you're now established as a strong individual, and you're saying that's how you got it.
For me, it was what you call a bad situation turned good, because I was exposed to things that we're not really privy to on the streets.
Right.
We let it blow past us. But when you come into them systems, you experience racism firsthand. You experience the hate when you're a black man from all around. That, you know, it's kind of slides past you on the streets. But when you up in there and you see it coming from all angles, it shows you and shapes your life and how to deal with things, how to associate with certain people, no matter how to conduct yourself in certain situations when you know what that other man is thinking about you.
You know what I realized from that same perspective that we overlook in real life? I realized that principle becomes far more important in prison, because the same way an individual like you and myself can get into it on the streets over $100 or $2,000 or $20,000, in prison, we put that same energy behind a 25-cent suit or a stamp.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, and so therefore, go ahead.
With the way my homies look at me, and it's across the board, don't fuck with it, don't owe hit nothing. He gonna do for you, gonna look out for you, but don't owe that man nothing. And that comes from the principles that, like you say, was established behind that wall. Don't count my
There's somebody
pockets,
from
man.
my set that got the same exact reputation. One of my G homies. I ain't gonna say his name, but anybody that know who I'm talking about. You know, do not accept no credit from cuz unless you gonna handle your candle.
Exactly.
Oh God.
And I mean, that's the way it was even in the pen. I mean, somebody asked me for a couple of noodles and they be like, man, I'm gonna get you back at Canteen. I would stop them right there. Listen, homie, when Canteen come, ain't no excuses.
Exactly.
I don't wanna hear it because you put yourself in that type of obligation when you told me that. If you like, here, can I get a couple of noodles? I need, man, you can get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I ain't got no problem with blessing you. But if you come in and start the conversation talking about how you gonna get me back,
Now
and
you
I
obligated
needs
yourself.
mine,
Right.
when you say you're gonna get it back, it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Oh, well then never mind, hit, I don't want it. Well, you know what that tells me? You knew you was blowing smoke up my ass when you first said it, but
Yes.
now that I'm laying this down on the table, you just said, okay, I'm
Right.
good, I don't want it.
Right.
Well,
And I
that's how we
still
keep
judge
it
you a
real.
wiser man by not
exactly.
accepting this.
Because you kept it real.
Yes,
And
yes.
check this out. Here you go anyway. You know what I'm saying? Here you go anyway, because like I say, I feel like I've been blessed, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been a hard head all my life, and folks never gave up on me. So being that they never gave up on me, man, I feel like I owe the world the same thing. I don't give up on nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Not often do I get preached to. I seem to find myself in the position of being the message giver often. I love receiving the message on my mama, because I can't listen to many or most. It gotta be somebody that's not even trying to teach me. They really just share it, and that's where I get my jewels. And when I can tell you coming from the gut of your experience, so I'm getting jewels that you probably dropping that you're not even realizing, just sharing your experience. I want to know your perspective on, like, you know, and I'm not gonna call no names because it's what's obvious is obvious, and for those it's not obvious to, this part of the conversation is not for you perhaps, but in general, being from any area, especially LA or Southern California, it typically seems like people have pride in the actual area that they represent. Like, no matter how the general public perceives your area compared to the more popular area, real niggas be like, I don't give a fuck. We this shit over here. That's the general perception. Like, you know where I'm from. I got homies from Carson. You know how Carson is perceived in general.
Man, I lived in the blocks, man, for 8 years, man. I went to Anna Lee. My brother and sister went to Curtis.
So, you know my homies from Carson do not go out their way to try to claim LA. They claim DA. That's where we from. Like, what is your perspective on one of the most popular characters, personalities known in the West Coast currently being very present on the internet? And rather than having the same passion for his section like Snoop Dogg, Long Beach, Eazy-E, Compton, the way people get down, that's the way they get down. Vince Staples, Long Beach, he's not hollering. Compton, my nigga Doty, that was from Gardena. He was Gardena. What do you make of a guy who finally gets a chance to be in front of the world and put on for his section, and instead of like, we know more about the Valley than we ever knew, we got a guy that wants to seem to be perceived to be from L.A. or Compton or something. And I don't want you to be disrespectful to anyone. I'm not inviting you to that. I just want to know your perspective, because I know my experience with real niggas from the Valley. Rest in peace, Big Payback, my artist. At one point, he was from Wisset. He was from the Valley.
Yeah.
And when he got on the mic and on the camera, he was banging the Valley, the 818.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to open up that level of the conversation and see if I can get your perspective on that subject matter.
Okay, first off, I'm gonna start it like this. Everybody's experience ain't our experience. You know what I'm saying? I learned to stop judging people on how my life experience is. Everybody's not gonna react the same. I feel like people grasp onto where they from when they become famous and whatnot, even when they're not famous, because we want something to hold on to, man. Us as black people, we've been stripped of everything. So when we got something to grab onto, we grab onto it. Now, on answering the question that you're talking about is, you know, like I say, everybody do their thing. I feel like anytime you got the mic and you can influence, that's what you're supposed to do. You got people that's coming up under you, you bring them with you that's willing to come with you. And that's how you gain the fame and the popularity for your area. Now you allowing other people to be noticed that come up out of that area that don't nobody know about. Right. You're supposed to big up your town all the way, because you know what you came from. You know that the opportunities was limited. So when you're able to slide up out of that, come on, man, open the door up.
And that's what I can see. Nationwide, worldwide, it seems like that's the spirit in hip hop, entertainment, anywhere. People can't wait to get some shine to put on for their section who doesn't necessarily get shine. Like, how do you miss that main element of this experience? That's what everybody is about. We disagree on a lot of things. People got different perspectives, way they approach the game, but worldwide, everybody agrees. When I get on, I'm gonna put on for my section.
And Pacoima especially, man, that's family orientated. That town was, everybody knew everybody. It was a real tight-knit community, and everybody was brothers, everybody was sisters. It was a family thing before it was a gang thing, even the 100. Like I say, you know, prior to, they had the Watts rides, but they also had the Pacoima rides. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats ain't hip to it, but they was doing their thing. Pacoima, Lakeview Terrace was the black suburbs of the Valley.
So when you say Lakeview Terrace, I've often been confused at how someone as ghetto seemingly as Rodney King got caught up in Lakeview Terrace. But now you telling me Lakeview Terrace is like, has a poison pit as far as the LA, the Valley.
Everybody came up out the Terrace.
I never realized that.
Yeah,
that's
the
deep.
Terrace was all black. That's Carson. That's how Carson is. Carson and Compton. Bam. Lakeview Terrace and Pacoima is right here, smack dab next to each other, just like Carson and Compton. Same thing. They smack dab next to it. And Lakeview Terrace was all houses. There's all families.
See how easy it is. Look, bro, all my life, Rodney King, Lakeview Terrace, then he got railroaded, police. I'm thinking he was way out of his element where ain't no niggas at. That quick, you gave me a whole nother perspective on, it makes sense why he was out there, because we out there fucking around.
Okay, think about this. You know they always throw the functions in the Valley. It's at Handsome Dam.
Okay.
I can throw a rock from Handsome Dam to the Terrace.
Okay.
It's right there. Man, that was the black suburbs of the Valley, and I'm going to say was. Because everybody is gone now.
Almost like, I don't know if you know where the Stevenson Village
I know where Stevenson Village is.
So the Carson-Compton border, same shit. Okay.
Exact same thing. But Pacoima had the projects. You know what I'm saying? There's real projects like the Watts.
Okay.
Grapes. There's projects in Pacoima. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever look at the projects, you always see the blacks and Mexicans function together in the projects.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Similar like Watts was originally as well.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And Harbor City and people and all
correct.
that. Exactly. So Pacoima, once again, you got what you call the Vietnams, which is the Van Nuys apartments.
Okay.
Van Nuys apartments is turned up. That's the Pacoimas, Pirus. Turned completely up. And like Quick and them used to say, man, every hood got a ghetto, man.
Exactly.
Everywhere got a ghetto, man.
Just like Compton. Yeah.
Just like Compton. That's exactly
I've always understood that, respected that. The element that make our shit more tricky than other places is because we had the politics in place. But I knew it was fools everywhere that knew what to do with this if they had it, or that wasn't scared to do this. And our structure was just based on utilizing that energy to have a thing called gang banging. And that's why it was like we was the ones. But you see how easy it is to replicate everywhere.
Let me tell you this, what a lot of people understand. You know who Pacoima's arch enemy was back in the days?
I don't. Please share.
Front Street Watts.
I do know it's a Valley Front Street through the years.
It's out there thick than the motherfucker.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm
that.
saying. And it's hard pressed for people to understand it, like how Watts beefing with Pacoima.
The relocation and
all down
establishment.
moves. You know what I'm saying?
So how do the Whistles play into that?
They on the outskirts.
So was they
the
clicked up?
They the panorama cities.
Did they
and all
fuck
of
with
that.
the Front Streets?
You know what? Don't let me say that they did, because when I was in the Valley, the Whistles wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Really, the only gangs pushing was Front Streets and Pacoimas. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the early 80s.
The fact that that's perfect. How do the OVGs fit in? I've been confused all my life as to what a OVG actually was. I talked to D Slim. Shout out my cousin D Slim from Swan. He got a real Pacoima background.
Yeah.
From high school on. He's older than me. So I kind of asked him recently, because I've been in prison with niggas from OVG. I've heard different perspectives on what they are, what they was. Can you please clarify?
See, this is what you had. The OVGs was the cats that came out there in the 50s and the 60s, and they just was old player cats. Original Valley Gangsters.
Not gangbangers.
No, they wasn't.
Player gangsters.
That's what they was. So that's why you'll never run into a young OVG. Ain't no such thing. You run into a cat, man, in his 30s, 40s, somebody from OVG. No. You wasn't around for that era. You know what I'm saying? You
Shout out my nigga Green Eyes. That's the last nigga from OVG I remember when I was in Avenal, and a young nigga, Green Eyes. Go ahead.
The real OVGs, man, they 50 and up, 60, 70, 80 years old.
As Crippin' and Bloodin' became prevalent, some of them chose opposite sides, and then there's no more OVG. They are whatever they were.
That's they're still OVGs.
But they still not Crips or Bloods.
No, they ain't Crips.
But you know that's the reputation when you first start hearing about them. It's like they Crips and Bloods, and that was always confusing to me.
No, it's not true.
Okay,
it's not true. You know what I'm saying?
So OVGs remain OVGs, and then some of them turned into Crips and Bloods and left.
Exactly.
Okay,
and that would just be like having
having
babies.
But
you know
but no. But see, what people don't understand is a lot of what the internet would consider is a natural progression and mutation of the culture. I have best friends, that's from 97th Street, that was born and raised on 97th Street more naturally than I was. I'm somewhat of an import based on my father lived in the neighborhood, but my mama didn't, and I live with my mama.
Yeah.
I got niggas that was born and raised on 97th Street all their life who are not from 97 East Coast, but yet they are from something that him and his childhood friends created called 97 Young Niggas.
Exactly.
That has established itself as an accepted part of the culture, but at one point was a brand new something that people might want to like. By the way, though, like, you feel me? Shout out to Biz 1 and 2, my nigga Herb, you feel me? Siege, all my Locs, but I'm just saying I understand the way things take place and where they happen. The same way I'm comfortable telling the whole world I'm from Compton and LA.
Yeah.
That is not typically a politically correct shit to say for the streets. It can be perceived corny if you're not carrying it correctly, but it's my reality.
Look at this. When cats really ask where I'm from, I tell them, man, a little bit of everywhere, but nowhere lately.
Look, y'all see how this nigga look, right? Y'all told me I met him on the black box, no face. This is our first introduction. You see how banged out he looked. I've asked him every smooth way I could where he from, and he still ain't separated nothing besides the Valley. You was just saying what you say. Give him the answer.
Man, a little bit of everywhere, but nowhere lately. I mean, like I say, when I was in the pen, I used to tell cats, I paroled to Lancaster in 97, about a new Folsom. But when I went back to the pen, and cats used to hit me, I'm from Lancaster. I used to say that because I know it's perceived as nowhere, and I want you to look at me like that. I want you to play yourself.
That was my confidence. That was my confidence moving around LA. Where you from? G-Unit Crib?
Day.
I know what is perceived. Like, so what? Now what?
Yeah.
I feel you. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk your talk.
And so, I mean, I done lived in Torrance, Redondo Beach, Lawndale, Carson, LA, Hawthorne.
For those that don't know, that is considered the South Bay. But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Arizona, like I said, I was bounced around, but I stayed in the
I want you to stop for a moment and realize how blessed you are when it comes to the richness of life. When you've been robbed of 30 years of your freedom due to decisions you made, and you can still announce you lived in that many places, and you still this young, you blessed, bro. Just think about it. Most people that work that've done 30 years, that's only your age, can't say they've done everything else you just said.
Check this out, homie. When I was in Corcoran Shoot back in 2005, I cellied up with the homeboy Throwdown from Nutty Block. Now, we was in Nellis together back in the days, and we would be in the cell, and the homeboy is career criminal, ain't never left the block. He used to be in there like, he'd tell me a story, and I would talk to him and tell him my life experiences, and he would listen like a kid, like I was telling him a bedtime story, because he never left the block. He never knew nothing outside of nothing. Man, don't get caught up like that, man.
All you baby young niggas, and when I call babies now, I'm talking about everybody 25 and under.
Don't get caught up like that.
Slow down, pump your brakes, open your eyes, smell the air. That shit stink. It stink. When you smell that stink, it stink worse. The further you get close to it, it stink worse and worse. Then you start to be able to taste the stink. And then when you sleep, you can smell it and taste it. It only gonna stink more and more. Oh, my mama.
Think about this, homie. Like I said, youngsters, don't get caught up asking another motherfucker to tell his stories to you and you trying to live through him vicariously because you done threw your life away. Like I said, I was cellies with the homie Nutty Block in 2005, 2006. He's still in there right now.
Salute the cuz.
Right now.
2 C's, ends too.
You know what I'm saying?
Free the real.
Talented than a motherfucker.
And guess
when
what?
I say talented, man, the boy is
the reality of it is, as terrible as that one story is, you can take it times a Google, and it's multiple stories that are similar or exact.
And I seen a lot of it because of I was damn on every level 4 in California, but I didn't have level 4 time. I got
points.
there.
You had level 4 points.
Level 4 points. You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
points got jacked up because I was always squabbling with the police.
Insubordinate.
You know what I'm saying?
What was it about your character in the program that caused you to clash with the police that much, as much as the regular inmate does?
Because I'm a man 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
And manhood is not necessarily respected at the capacity that it should be behind the walls. And every now and then, COs get a reminder of what a man is supposed to be and how he's supposed to treat another man. And it takes a certain type of man to have the courage to keep giving them the reminders when they encounter it. So I salute you.
It's like this, man. I know it sounds unheard of to cats outside of the wall, but I'm banned from 4 prisons. I'm banned from Centinela. I'm banned from Corcoran. I'm banned from Solano. I'm banned from Tehachapi. That means I can't never go to them prisons from getting off on the police in every one of them.
You get banned.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you get how do you get banned for the place that is designed for the people that get banned from it?
Because what it is, they don't want my kind to influence.
And I was just going to say that.
So they get you at once you put that
I want
demo
y'all to
down.
notice this. I want y'all to notice this. It's similar to Larry Hoover. It's not because of the ill things he's done. It's because of the influence, the discipline, the determination, the ability to lead when he's purposed in something is what they see. Fuck the little mishaps that they call a crime or misbehavior. That's not what they scared of. They scared of the eloquence, the articulation, the strength, the individuality to be not from Compton, South Central, but to be from the Valley and still stand that 10 toes down. That's what they're afraid of. I don't want to support the individual as far as his character at all because I've seen a lot of current things about him recently that I don't agree with. However, I heard the nigga Tank, the R&B nigga, say something in a small clip on the internet recently that really resonated with me. And he was talking about how, as a black man or a black person in the part of the black culture, that Sam Snead can sing a record like "Stay With Me," whatever that was. He did an illustration of that record. And he said when Sam Snead does it, it goes worldwide.
Yeah.
He says when I do it, it gets small bandwidth. And the reason he articulated was it's because they're not scared of our anger. They're scared of our love. Exactly. When they see a nigga like you love your people and have a passion for their position in society and they view what that can be when you start sparking with your, I understand why they would view you as an enemy.
Come on, we could take to the county jail. I mean, I'm banned from Supermax. I'm banned from North. I'm banned from one of the towers in the Twins. I'm banned off the 30.
So are you considered high
3,000
power in the county?
Man, when I come in, this is what they do. You, take it over here. I don't go do the showers with everybody. They come escort me once I get up in that jack. And they'll go house me, but they keep their eye on me. I done been in high power, been all up under what they call sergeant's escort, where they couldn't come around me unless they had a sergeant, a video camera, and like 3 sheriffs walking me everywhere to go, everywhere to. I remember one time, man, I was in visit, and my daughter was like, damn, Daddy, can we ever get a visit? You know what I'm saying? Without all this extras like this.
Shout out to your daughter. How old is your daughter and what's she doing? What's her name? Just show her some love real quick.
Aaron McGuire, man.
We love you, Aaron.
Hey, look, my daughter right now, man, is going to law school. She said when she was a kid, come to visit me in Lancaster prison, I want to become a judge to get my daddy out of jail.
Yeah, we gonna get that going, girl. That is an awesome. Go ahead, share.
My daughter
Please
graduated
share.
from Antelope Valley High School, run the track, got a scholarship to Long Beach, went to Long Beach.
Go Lay.
Hey, got her
Go
BA,
Lay.
got her
Go
BA in
Lay.
criminal justice.
Hey,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Now she finna go to UC Davis to finish her law degree, man. You know what I'm saying? She doing what she's supposed to be doing. My daughter's on point. We get into it because she a Gemini like me all the time, but she on point. She handling her business.
I mean, I'm picking up a lot of yin and yang in your experience, bro. Like, I see you somebody that accepts the good with the bad.
Homie.
I do too.
6 kids.
I do too, and one grandchild.
Man, I got 2.
Okay, you
got 2.
You got me one step. There we go.
Yeah.
Girl or boy,
You know
grandchild,
what I'm
girl or
saying?
boy.
Man, they both girls.
I got one girl. How old?
Oh, hey, they give my son the blues too. They
My
give,
daughter.
Hey, they a Libra and a Scorpio back to back, a year apart.
Jack, my Capricorn. Love you, Winter. My grandbaby. Oh, you my heart. I
Yeah,
love
they
you.
give my son the blues, man.
That's hard.
I mean, that's what he gonna get. Them girls is
That's right.
something else, man. And you know, I got my little baby Kate, and she finna be 7 on the 4th of August. She in Vegas.
My youngest is 10, Riley. Love you. And matter of fact, I can't believe it. My 19-year-old daughter turned 19 today. Genesis, I love you. My daughter Genesis turned 19 today. We finna go do our stuff in a minute. So I love you. I'm finna go get your bro and your sis, and I'm on my way. If you ever see this, you'll know what I was doing a few hours before I saw you on your birthday in 2022.
That's right.
Oh, my mama. I like the fact that this is a natural segue into what I would like to discuss next, and which is you shared a lot of the dark side of your life and experience. Mm-hmm. I know that you're on a whole nother plane page now. Would you like to share your transition and some of the things that you got on your plate now as far as positivity and what you're pushing?
You know what? With my transition, one day it hit me, right? And I said to myself, you know what? Everything ain't about you. When I stopped being what I call, always thinking about myself and worrying about my next move and started thinking about other people, it was like a wave came over me, man. It was a real transition. And I started this even when I was in the pen. You know, I've been to the pen, man, a few times. I got about 4 jokes. And 2 of those, I got reversals. 4 reversals.
He's not celebrate that. He's not stating that as a sense of accomplishment. It's just being transparent about his experience. Go ahead.
I got 2 reversals. And one day I was sitting in
You worked on them yourself?
Yeah.
Title 15?
Man, I was pro per, man. I was pro per in Torrance and CCB.
You took Torrance on?
I took Torrance. Torrance first one sent me to the pen.
Is it before they switched the judges from Compton to Torrance or after?
This was in 94, 93, 94.
Oh, that's right. That's right before, I think. They switched all the judges from Compton and Torrance. They swapped them out because of the conviction rate difference. But go ahead.
Well, I got that conviction overturned, man. And
You hard.
The homie Whiskey from Santana Block, rest in peace, man.
Used to deal with Whiskey.
Game. Yeah, he give me the game on how to get back, man. And when I go in there and working in Torrance, I'm back 18 months later on full reversal. They was hot. They was hot. You
Shout out my nigga Wolf from 6'8". You told me earlier.
Yeah, me and Wolf was Shelly's in Pelican Bay, man.
Oh,
Man, we was
mama.
Pelican Bay shoot, man, back in 96, man. Me and Wolf was Shelly's up in there, man.
And I just want to give y'all a little background on who Wolf is. Y'all know where I'm from, Notorious, all that, right? First, all of them, right? Digga lies, so therefore, the fact that I've been a public figure for quite some time, and the fact that there is no way possible I could know everybody from the E-double, I am in a touch with a few people via social media, text messages that I have never set eyes on. And my homie Wolf from 68th Street, who has been in prison almost 30 years, is one of my closest comrades that I've never can recall personally looking in the face, but I've become familiar with him since I've been on the platform.
Super solid.
Please, before I'm finna let you go. Cause since I met him via social media, whatever, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's not missed a motherfucking day as being an early morning positive motivational text to me. It's never no copy and paste. It's always an original, solid, inspired personal message. And when you got here and mentioned Cuz name, it just made me feel good because I know the universe is connecting the energies that I'm tapping into. So I want to shout out my nigga Wolf from 68th Street and allow you to...
you know who also does that to me? Trip Box from 76.
Neighborhood to the neighborhood, 976, T-Box. What's happening, loved one?
Man, hit me every morning with the inspiration, of course. Every morning.
That's hard.
Me and him been rocking. We met back in, when I came home from New Folsom, so that was 97. And we was taking a surgical class. No, not surgical tech. We taking an EKG class together. And that's how we met and clicked up.
Behind the shits?
Nah, we was on the streets. We was on the streets, homie. I just came home. And I gotta change
so you
up.
Telling me right now,
I'm a certified EKG tech right now. I'm a certified U.S. Forestry firefighter right now.
Just imagine,
I own
y'all.
2 businesses.
Imagine, I want everybody that is listening to this whole podcast up to this point to realize how much time was robbed from the homie's life, and then realize what he's experienced, and then after that, realize the potential of this energy being able to really be effective through them 30 years, cuz. You realize, you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's why I tell him, man, it's never too late to start over.
Never too late.
It's never too late to start over and get on your grind. I tell all my homies that, everybody I see in the streets, I don't ever miss an opportunity to talk to these youngsters and give them my history and show them what I'm doing right now.
You just mentioned your homie from Santana, and yesterday, God bless the dead, Eastside Crip and all that. It was headline news that apparently 2 individuals, I believe, from Santana Block lost their life at Peck Park.
Yeah.
It personally resonated with me, not only because I was born and raised in Compton, I know Santana's and Chester Streets, and I know the whole layout. However, right in front of the world, I had a recent interaction with Baby Gangster, who's one of the most, notable, known, right. And we had a real decent exchange in front of the world, and he became one of my locs now. We communicate on a casual basis. So the Santanas in particular was current in my energy. And on top of that, I worked as a longshoreman in San Pedro. And all my life, my homies, we used to function at Peck Park as far as hood days. We used to go out there, which is in San Pedro.
Yeah, I used to go to school out there, Cooper continuation back in the day.
You know the deal, right? So my kids went to Dotson too.
I went to Dotson too for about a week or two.
Well, you see, look, he bad for everywhere, all this.
Everywhere. That's how I ended up going to Cooper continuation up out of Dotson. Yeah.
So anyway, I've been tempted for the last few months to just pop up on a Sunday because I know the homies be out there functioning. It's all under the umbrella of peace and unity. So I always pass the park, even before the homies was coming, and I always remember we used to come out here. And yesterday in particular, I was at work and I was like, it's one of them days. And when I got to work, I had all the mind frame. When I get off, I'm gonna slide up there. However, it was hot. I was in a UTR all day, which is like equivalent to a microwave. And it was sweaty, sticky. I'm like, man, I'm not going to that shit. And I went home. And by the time I got home, I seen headlines that apparently some Crips lost their life. I know a lot of my homies be up there. I know this is typical type of news for LA, but you mentioned your homie from Santana, so it just triggered my thought to think that just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And want to get your perspective on how common it is for us to come together for events that we consider fun, and then for them to end with chaos, but yet still, when we get the flyer, we still trying to get dressed to get to the next event.
Exactly.
Rest in peace. No, hey, lock to the Locs. I'm not trying to be facetious amongst this time, but did you see the female that showed up on the news and her son was...
they know how to pick them. They know how to pick them and put this perception out about us. They know exactly who to go to. I mean, I did a news clip one time, and they yacked it up because I was talking too positive.
Hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
Well, I hope your adoptive son is okay.
I sent that to my nigga from Santana, and I'm like, cuz this remind me of your mama, cause my nigga got a mama and she from another Compton crib hood, but she an OG lady just like that, same complexion and all that. So I sent it to the homies from that town. I'm like, this remind me of your mama. He was like, that's Killer Cam mama, shaking my head with a smile. Shout out to Killer Cam and his mama. I hope Killer Cam did not lose his life. Once again, I am not trying to be lighthearted about what took place, but everybody can admit if you was watching her at that press conference and when you listening in real time and expecting or anticipating what she about to say, when she banged down a crip like that, girl, I couldn't help but that shit was funny, girl. She do not look like she was from the bang Tanner like that. Am I lying though? Did you see it?
Nah, you know.
Did you see it though?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Oh, I definitely saw it.
She do.
And
was that unexpected?
It was unexpected, but then it wasn't.
It was understood.
Because, like I say, these newscasters, these medias,
feeding off that.
They know how to pick them. They
so
know
what you
how
saying?
to.
She probably said that before that clip,
and they told her,
"Let's run it again."
Yeah, because I done worked on reality shows and been on different video shoots and TV shows and whatnot, and they coach them. It ain't nothing reality about it. They coach these people.
Scripted reality behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yes, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You are absolutely correct.
Seen it. And so, like I say, man, they put this perspective out, and we see it, but that's for the world. That's for the others to look at, to continually judge us as less being. Wow. They do this on
I have a
man.
subscription to all type of content providers as far as cable, internet, and all that. Got big TVs in my spot, and they never come on. Never. But I don't know why I have this like feeling like if I cancel the shit, I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But no matter, as long as I got the subscriptions, I don't have to watch it. But as soon as I cancel it, I feel like I need it. But I don't watch shit.
Me neither.
I'd rather create content than consume it.
Listen, man, YouTube is my station.
That's become the current energy for a lot of people.
I don't watch nothing else, man. If my TV is on, it's going to be on YouTube.
You know why I think we've, as a society, willingly accepted that as the new form and platform? Because we have all the control as far as what's being programmed versus schedules, times, and the opposite side dictating what you can consume based on what they're ready to present. YouTube, everything is readily available. Like there's no actual concept.
And it's basically uncut.
Uncut, and you can pick and choose exactly what you choose to take in at any given moment. You can look all of it, some of it. You can start over whenever you want. I believe that is the main reason why it's more palatable to us in modern times.
And listen, I made a video not too long ago speaking about that, man. And these people have controlled our image since TV.
You make videos where? You got a platform?
Man, on TikTok.
Give up your handle so they know where to tap into your energy.
They got me on TikTok under my real name, Theron McGuire. They forced me to use my real name on Facebook.
They did me on Facebook. Go ahead.
Listen, Facebook.
I thought you was finna say TikTok, and we said Facebook at the exact moment.
Facebook had banned me for like 4 months and told me
I had to use my government name.
They said, man, send us a copy of your driver's license, your birth certificate, your medical record, anything showing.
Shout out Lil JR. Y'all remember our guest Lil JR and what he's saying, another person who has spent a lot of extreme amount of time in the penitentiary. You see, y'all might have thought the homie was kind of like far-fetched with what he said he was going through. But here it is, slightly different elements, but people that have been subjected to the system who are strong, powerful, and influential all have stories that are not normal to where it feels like they're being targeted to be diffused as far as effectiveness.
Hold on, man. Let me show you where this came from. I'm in Lancaster and I'm feeding the homeless, but I'm recognizing how the police are doing them out there. You know what I'm saying? They taking their stuff, they riding them up. So I started making videos about how they was treating the homeless, and it was illegal to move them and confiscate their property like they was doing. Man, my videos is getting 50, 60,000 hits.
They don't like that.
Next thing I know, I'm shut off. I got the notice. We need your birth certificate. We need something proving who you are.
Would you consider yourself as an auditor? Somewhat.
Because I have made them videos when they pulled me over.
Okay.
And I had to teach them.
Did you ever politic correctly to where they were served?
Of course I did. Come on, man. I done dismissed sergeants at my window. You can go now.
FTP,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, mama, FTP,
man.
yo, mama.
And so, that's what I'm known for. So what had happened was they told me that I couldn't get back on it, so I used my name. So me being who I was, I'm bucking against the system. But what's happening is I'm running into people in the streets like, man, where you at, man? You influencing my kids. I'm coming home. They taking our clothes, trying to pass them out to the homeless because the videos you seen. So that what brought me back to the platform. I was doing more good by being there than not. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I was doing, man. I posted videos, man. I posted a video not too long ago, man. I was out of town. My neighbors called me. Did your cameras, is you home? No, I'm not home. Did your cameras pick up what happened? It was a white cat at the end of the block who attacked some black kids. They beat the dog shit up out. They dragged his ass. Police come out, and the police, Lancaster sheriffs, tell the sister who owned the home that if she wanted to pursue charges against him, that they would go get a search warrant and search her house. So, of course, she said, not knowing her rights, I don't want to pursue it. I put the video showing exactly how it happened, how the man ran up out his house, attacked these kids, got mollywopped, sheriff's coming, not doing nothing about it. I posted this video on Facebook and Instagram. And guess what? A few weeks later, I got police coming up to my house and shining their spotlights into my cameras. Like, yeah, we know it was you, and we blocking these cameras. Ooh, this is the type of shit
that remind me of that old school KKK, good old boys, burn a motherfucking cross in your yard,
And, you know, but my thing is, man, I don't give a damn. I'm pushing the line till I ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Because Nat Turner didn't stop. Malcolm X didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? And they still living on to this day. And soldiers, dig what I'm
didn't
saying?
stop. Neighborhood Nip didn't stop. I smell you, bro.
George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson.
QEP.
They didn't stop, man. They pushed it to the, and that's how I'm going out. I'm pushing it to the day I go. And cats know me, homie. When I was in Y, man, I was standing on barbecue pits. You know what I'm saying? We had the brick pits in Nellis. I'm standing on pits, man, and I'm talking to the brothers way back then as a kid. I'm 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? Preaching to the brothers about how we need to get there. They kicked me up out of TS. As soon as I hit 18, I was on a van going to TS. They said, you got to get up out of here because you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I go to TS, get up out of there. But everywhere I went, I pushed the line, homie. Because it's about our upliftment. It's about us being a man 24/7. If you're a man 24/7, you can accomplish anything. But when you sit there and compromise your principles for different type of situations, you lose respect for the cast that's watching. And we being watched all day long.
That's what I want to remind y'all. We are being watched, recorded, documented, tracked.
And everything.
And everything else, y'all. Do not fall for the tricky trick banana in the tailpipe. The cameras is on. You have nothing to prove, especially if you're about what you're trying to prove. You definitely have nothing to prove.
Lead by example, man.
That's the best advice I can give to anybody that's hearing, watching, and wondering what their next move is. Oh, my mama.
Yeah.
All right? Because these other niggas, they'll let you fry. Okay? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you kill a motherfucker in cold blood.
Do his ass, right?
I saw
You hear
this.
what I'm saying? I will articulate to fix the fucking problem.
It's a police
And I'm the
officer.
only
Yeah,
man in the
exactly. I know
business
exactly
here
what this is.
that's smart enough to do it, I promise. Okay? Me and Charles been to war together. I've killed 13 men in my career. Okay? Justified. Huh? In my career, I have shot and killed in the line of duty 13 different people.
You just shot so many motherfuckers, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Justified, bro.
Okay.
Ask around. Hey, they ain't gonna tell you no.
What other motherfuckers say about you don't matter to me. I'm talking about me and you, baby.
I'm telling you, 13 people on my numbers, okay?
Yeah.
Justified. I'm talking about man had a gun, man had died. Okay?
You and him. You and him.
Yeah.
Right.
Got a big ass corn shootout, man, a cornfield over there. Jimmy Dill Thomas.
That's crazy. Candace Owens. Candace, you beautiful, chocolate, articulate, intelligent, powerful woman of our fucking ancestry. How are you not aware that there is a fucking culture and system in place to eradicate us as black men, and we do not get a fair shake from this judicial system and this law enforcement system? Can you imagine what you just heard, Kel?
She's aware of, she just sold her soul.
Okay.
She sold her soul,
I
man.
agree.
She sold her soul,
Because she is too obviously intelligent, and her
Yeah.
her general understanding for what common sense expresses is too obvious for her to take some of the drastic positions that she takes. You right, bro.
Don't never believe these house niggas don't know what they doing.
Right.
They know exactly what they doing, but they conscience is not strong enough to stop them from doing it. You know what I'm saying? That fame, that money that they get, you know what I'm saying, from Massa will point them in the direction that wherever Massa wants.
And you know what? And this is how forgiving I am and how much I wanted us to be us. I still be looking for rooms for people even like her to have a path to redemption and be home.
That's
Like
gonna
the
get you.
product- You know what?
That's gonna get your head cut off.
The Bible whooped me with that because I was raised under the concept of the prodigal son. You can throw it all away, fuck you, and you still supposed to be 70 times 7 waiting for forgiveness.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I wasn't raised up under the Bible. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that's, in my opinion, that I have seen in my experience raised up under the Bible, they too forgiving.
Because that is one of my most worst character traits that I have acknowledged is that I'm too forgiving. I cannot imagine, in the spirit of what I see your experience was with being firm in your positions regardless of the consequences. I cannot imagine my experience had I not been raised under that motherfucker. When I compare my experience, because I'm a hard-headed, stubborn motherfucker, but that was indoctrinated under that shit. Without that indoctrination, my motherfucking experience might have replicated yours a little bit more. I feel you.
It's a real cutthroat world, and you got to be cutthroat to make it. Keeping 100 don't mean you got to turn your back. Don't mean that you got to put up with shit just to get where you want to get. What it means is you treat everybody accordingly. If a motherfucker ain't about shit, cut their ass off no matter what you think their benefit is to you. Cut their ass off. Because you don't want to be associated down the line with no fuckery from dealing with somebody that's been on that fuckery. You smut your own name.
Big Spider, Lil Slim Bad, Big Kiko. Y'all hear what he's saying. And y'all gave me the same message. Lady Slim Bad, my niece, 59th Street. You hear the message he's saying. I'm telling you, I hear y'all. Go ahead, I swear you.
This is what I learned a long time ago, and I'm glad I learned it at a young age. That, man, when I used to be giving brothers the knowledge, man, a couple of them cats used to be running straight to the motherfucking pigs and telling me what I was saying. And you know that saying that everybody can't go with you? That shit is real. Everybody can't go with you, and you can't feel bad.
Smaller, everybody can't go.
Nah, you can't feel bad for driving on. You can't feel bad for shutting the door on them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I gotta convince you what's right and wrong, then you're gonna be half-assed in the battle. I don't want no half-ass motherfucker around me. Period. You know what I'm saying? Our third eye and our conscience tell us what's right from wrong. I shouldn't have to convince no grown man what's right and wrong. Simple and plain.
What is it about the fact that I have an alcoholic beverage here and you chose not to partake? Do you not partake at all?
I do not partake at all.
How did you become a person that reached that point in your life when it's such a common practice?
Well, you know what? Is what it is simply is this. I had an experience, man. There used to have a club in downtown LA off of Wilshire called the Cosby back in the days. And at this particular time, I was living in Harbor City. And
shout out to the Harbor City.
Man, I drove home drunk. I don't remember how I got home. And my experience in the jailhouse was this. I didn't want to be that cat that come walking up the 2000 floor, you know what I'm saying, talking about, I don't know how I got here. I was fucked up, and then they told me I killed 6 kids while I was intoxicated. That ain't gonna be me, man. I'm not finna take nobody's family out or jeopardize nobody else's life because I want to get high, I want to get drunk. I stopped drinking straight off the bat because I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to throw my life away like that. I seen.
You know, you just gave me a whole nother perspective on the word institutionalized. Usually that's a word that denotes a negative connotation. But when being institutionalized causes you to make better decisions, institutionalized is not definitely a negative word.
No, it's not.
Because the whole concept is going through the institution is supposed to make you a better person.
Supposed to make you a better person.
So that's deep.
You have to do it yourself because there's no such thing as rehabilitation no more in the system. There's none. They don't want to see you make it.
Of course not.
If you make it, then you're eliminating their security.
Exactly. There's no longer a need for the institution at that capacity, correct?
Exactly.
And it's a money grab in the first place. So why would you try to destroy your money grab?
Exactly.
Right.
But so that's the reason I don't drink, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, they be mad because I be on their heads about it. But it is what it is. I ain't gonna never stop talking about it.
Can I tell you something? I admire Santana Blocks has been a part of the theme today. One of the most things that I admired about what I've learned to know about Turtle from Santana, the OG, rest in peace.
Yeah, that's Whiskey Brother.
Crip.
That's Whiskey Brother. Yeah.
There's an old documentary that people are familiar with where they was following the Santanas back in '84 and talking and all that. And at one point, the person that was doing the interview referred to Turtle as a leader. And, you know, me personally, when I hear all the stories about Turtle, I never assumed he would be so small in stature with such a small voice. All the shit I heard about him, I thought he was going to be a Tookie type nigga, right?
Exactly.
So first of all, just seeing what he looked like is like a shock, like, damn, that's cuz. But then what really impressed me, or what I can remember, is he was like, yeah, man, I don't like nobody call me no leader or nothing, man. I ain't no, I don't like that, man. He was like, man, I don't like when they say I got boys. He's like, I just feel like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only one don't smoke. I'm the only one don't drink. Somebody got to do the thinking. That shit was so motherfucking fly.
It's real talk, homie, 'cause I don't smoke or drink.
Yeah,
that's how the homies look at me. They like, somebody got to be, and that's going to be me.
And even as a chief in my army, you would be a type of nigga I would love to a point as to where I ain't got to think about a lot. Okay.
Listen, at one point, man, I was Cat Williams' head security, homie.
Shout out to Cat Williams. If not my favorite, where there's a Williams, there's a way. One of my very favorite comedians of our time, cuz. Shout out to Cat Williams on my mama, cuz the truth. Go ahead.
Man, his kids, they all refer to me as uncle. I'm still in contact with his kids.
Shout out to his nephews and nieces,
you know
too,
what I'm saying?
man.
All of them, so, but, when you know the history of alcohol, it was put there to dilute our frame of mind. It was put there to take away our progression. You see what they did with the Indians, and you see what they do with us. And it's not no mistake that there's a liquor store on every corner.
You just gave me a
now
vision.
think about it. The liquor store and the church, they've been our two biggest motherfucking downfalls.
You know what vision you just gave me? You just gave us a vision of us ready to point our guns a certain direction. They threw us liquor, and then we just start turning on each other.
Come on, man. Think about the way people act when they get drunk, man.
You know what? This is not church. It's Factz Ova Feelinz. So, you know what? So I got.
The cold part about it is this.
Go ahead. Let me tuck my feelings.
They don't
tell you stop preaching to me because you touching my feelings.
Listen,
Factz
man.
Ova Feelinz. Let me tuck my feelings. Get them facts out there, please, Hitman.
Man, hey, alcohol is on the level of cocaine, huh?
Wow.
Alcohol's on the level of cocaine.
Wow. Look
man.
look, y'all. I hate to be doing this at the moment him saying that, but God damn it, keep talking.
Alcohol and destroyed families continue. Like that crack destroyed them families in the 80s and 90s. Alcohol has been doing it since the beginning of time.
You know what I've just
They get their bread off of it. That's why they don't never tell you how hurtful it is, how harmful it is to us.
And at the same time, I just did a DUI class and did a MAD class. It is out there, ready, available. The information is well produced and pushed of how horrible it is, but yet and still we live in a society where, guess what? People bungee jump.
Yeah.
You know goddamn well, if anything goes wrong, it's over with. But people take that chance for the leisure. But I'm going to tell you this. I ain't going to let you just give alcohol a bad rap. In a lot of ways, because when you can't get a massage and you can't get a conversation that soothes you and you can't...
Man, read a book, man, if you want to relax.
Man, books cause me so much stress.
No, because it's all types of books, man. I read everything across the board, man. Non-fiction and fiction.
Reading never puts you into a sleepy mode?
Hell no, man. It excites me. It turns me up, man. Check this out, man. I used to read so many Westerns back in the day when I was in Tehachapi Shoe, right? I'm looking out the window and you see the mountains. And I used to imagine the cowboys coming over the mountains and the Indians dogging their ass out. I knew that entertained me while I was in there. And I knew that from reading books, man.
Think y'all, the word institutionalized again. This is a brain. Man. That's an imagination that was contained and trapped. You see how powerful the imagination that he possesses is, but then it was contained within a cage for 30 years. So, yeah, it was able to transcend its actual limits. And that's what kept him sane and healthy because he was blessed with a strong mentality and a strong imagination. Everybody cannot just look at some black and white letters and be blessed enough to just go there. Man, that's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing.
I go there, man. Like I said, I read everything. And like you say, the imagination is strong, man. I was in Pelican Bay one time when we first got there and opened up the pod. And I was in the cell by myself. And I just been there laughing and shit. And I'm just like, hey, you got a celly down there? Like, nah, man, I'm in there watching some Good Time episodes in my head. JJ crazy and the motherfucker.
That's deep.
And man, I'll be replaying episodes, entertaining myself because like they say, they can lock your body up. They can't lock your mind.
That is crazy. Like, to the general idea, that was a crazy thing you just said. But if you really break it down, what's the difference of watching the episode in your mind or watching it again on that screen?
Exactly.
That's deep, bro.
Ain't no difference.
That's deep. Oh, my mama. I like that perspective, man. I really appreciate your perspective in general, on God. Stay tuned to part 2 of me and Hitman. He shall be back. I really appreciate you taking your time out to be here today. Like, I appreciated your energy over the telephone in the black box. I appreciate it here on the Factz Ova Feelinz podcast. Anything you want to say? I don't know if you made it clear when I mentioned it earlier where they could find you at, what type of movements you got.
All right.
Black business. I know one of your main passions that we didn't get to is your passion for black entrepreneurship, and I don't want you to go too deep because I want that to be kind of like a theme of our next time be politics. So, just you say your goodbyes and I'm gonna say mine.
Man, I'm just shout out my business real quick, man. We got big hits hauling, man. I got a landscaping business, demolition and hauling, and I also own an auto mechanic shop with my homeboy J-Rock up out the valley, man. That's R&H Automotive up in Lancaster, man. We doing full services on your vehicles, and anything you need, we putting it down like that, man. You can catch me at Big Hister on IG. You can catch me as The Hood Orator on IG. Theron McGuire on Facebook, Theron McGuire on TikTok, man. I'm spreading knowledge, and I'm looking out for my folks, man.
It's a beautiful thing. Keep up and catch up, and you already know where I'm at. Spider Loc Most Easty, the number 7 on IG, YouTube.com/Spider Loc Most Easty. I'm also there with the Black Box Productions, and we're gonna be here on the Factz Ova Feelinz podcast, politicking on the street TV platform, and all platforms where you get your streaming podcast services. Until next time, y'all do me a favor and keep it at Google, Factz Ova Feelinz. Don't get mad, get money. Be about your marathon at all costs. Love life on your pursuit to get to the bottom line. On my mama doula.
The life we living now is all about the money. So what you gonna do when you ain't got no money? Them foreign cars and all them bitches, they gon' leave you. Only thing you